What if I told you that in ancient India there lived a sage so feared, even gods stepped aside when he walked by? His words could shape destiny. His anger could curse empires. And yet, there came a day when this very sage was forced to run, not from a demon, not from a king, but from something divine. But why? What could make a man of such power fall to his knees, begging for forgiveness? You might think this is a story about good versus evil. It's not. It's about devotion versus ego, faith versus fury, and a lesson written not with words, but with a divine spinning disc. Stick with me. The twist in this tale is something you won't see coming. Let's start with a king, Ambarisha. Born into the legendary Suryavansha dynasty, Ambarisha wasn't like most rulers. He had palaces, armies, gold. But his heart? It belonged entirely to Lord Vishnu. He saw his throne not as a source of power, but as a chance to serve. In every breath, he chanted Vishnu's name. In every act, he bowed to the divine. So deep was his devotion that Vishnu gifted him something unbelievable. His personal protector, the Sudarshan Chakra. Yes, the same blazing wheel seen in every image of Vishnu. But this wasn't just a symbol. It was a living force, a divine guardian. To express his gratitude, King Ambarisha took on a strict vow with his queen, a year-long Ekadashi fast. No food, no water, every 11th day of the lunar cycle, dedicated entirely to worship. As the final day approached, the kingdom held its breath. The ritual's completion would mark the height of spiritual discipline, the perfect offering to the Lord. But fate, as always, had other plans. Enter sage Durvasa. You've probably heard stories about him, because this wasn't your average hermit meditating in the forest. Durvasa was fire wrapped in flesh, an incarnation of Lord Shiva's anger, a man whose curses didn't miss. But for all his wisdom, Durvasa had one weakness: his ego. The slightest insult, real or imagined, could trigger an explosion of rage that even gods feared. And on that final Ekadashi day, he arrived, unexpected, uninvited, at Ambarisha's palace. The king, ever humble, welcomed him with folded hands, offered him food, and begged him to stay. Durvasa agreed, but said he'd bathe in the Yamuna first before accepting hospitality. Time ticked on. The sacred muhurta, the exact moment to end the fast, crept closer and closer. Now, Ambarisha faced a crisis. If he ate before serving his guest, it would be a massive insult. But if he missed the muhurta, the entire year of fasting would be in vain. What would you do? His priests found a solution. Sip water. Just a symbolic act, not food, not really breaking the fast. So Ambarisha sipped, a small, honest act with massive consequences. Durvasa returned. And instantly, he knew. With his yogic powers, he sensed the king had already ended his fast. Logic, explanation, good intentions, none of it mattered. All he saw was insult. His eyes flared with rage. His voice thundered. "You dare eat before feeding your guest? You who pretend to be humble?" Without a second's pause, he plucked a strand of hair from his matted locks, slammed it on the ground, and from it rose a fiery demon, blazing with wrath, sent to kill Ambarisha. Panic gripped the court, but Ambarisha? He simply stood still, hands folded, heart calm, mind on Vishnu. No resistance, no fear, because he knew If his devotion was real, he was never alone. And then, light. A sound pierced the air, sharp, divine. A spinning light tore through the court like a comet. The Sudarshan Chakra, the divine disk, had awakened. It didn't hesitate. It didn't pause. The demon exploded into ashes before anyone could blink. But the chakra didn't stop. It turned. Its fiery glow focused on Durvasa. For the first time in centuries, the sage felt fear. He tried to reason with it, command it, curse it. But this wasn't an ordinary enemy. It was divine justice. So, he ran. If you're enjoying the story so far, do show some love. Hit like, maybe drop a quick comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more tales from the heart of ancient India. Now, back to the chase. Durvasa, one of the most powerful sages alive, ran. Across rivers, through forests, into the skies. The chakra followed. He ran to Lord Brahma, the creator. "Help me," he cried. Brahma shook his head. "This weapon answers only to Vishnu." He ran to Lord Shiva. "Stop it," he begged. Shiva's response? "I cannot interfere. It protects Dharma. It defends Bhakti." No one, not even gods, could help him now. And so, exhausted, terrified, his pride shattered, Durvasa made one final journey. To Vaikuntha, to Vishnu himself. Durvasa fell at Vishnu's feet. "Please," he begged, "call off your weapon." But Vishnu, he smiled gently and said, "I can't." Durvasa was stunned. "But it's your chakra." And Vishnu said something that would change the sage's soul forever. "I am not its master today. My devotee is." He explained, "When devotion is pure, even God becomes a servant to love." The chakra now answered only to Ambarisha's heart. "If you want mercy," Vishnu said, "go to the one you wronged. Ask him to forgive you." The sage who once made kings tremble now had to bow before a king. That was the final lesson. Durvasa returned to Ambarisha, starving, broken, humbled. And what did the king do? He didn't gloat, he didn't lecture. He simply prayed to the chakra, praising its power, and softly asked it to spare the sage's life. The spinning disc stopped, the light faded, and peace returned. Ambarisha's bhakti had done what no army could. It turned a divine weapon, stopped a cosmic chase, and transformed a raging sage into a man of humility. It's a reminder for all of us. True power doesn't come from status, anger, or fear. It comes from devotion, patience, and love. If this story touched something in you, leave a comment below. Which moment gave you chills? What part made you reflect? And if you want more epic stories from our rich mythology, subscribe. There's a universe of wisdom waiting.